So I needed to make a video about for Mikayla. I am very, very unsure of my prognosis of my future of my life, and I don't know if this video is ever going to reach you. Just like 1,000 videos that I've now put on the internet, on YouTube. You even have a special playlist videos so that you can strictly listen to, but I want you to listen to all of them, but nobody has that time. And I don't know if you're able to watch, if you maybe even watched more than just a few videos, if that. But I say this because I can't express enough the unbelievable torment and torture that they're doing to me. A lot of the things that's going on, I feel very much like a trained animal. I don't feel human. I feel like a worthless human piece of shit that is being degraded and dehumanized, and I have no one to run to. And I just, as grateful as I can, to just make it through the day, because I'm being severely beaten with these electronic devices and abused by people that are basically being handed a gun, and they can do whatever they want to me, and the police department doesn't want to do anything. And I've been running all across the United States. But there was something more important that I want to do. I try to keep things like that. Other things more important, like for an example, I have this model ship that I'm working on. I won't finish it until the end of January. It's now taking me 3 months to finish this simple boat. I mean, it's not a simple boat. Everyone, when they see them, they're extremely detailed, and they're pieces of artwork. And sending this to an uncle of mine, and hopefully he doesn't throw it away. Hopefully he keeps it, he gets it. If not, if all these items end up going to the trash can, then there's nothing that I can do. All I know that the amount of work that I've put into these boats that I've built, all for my mother, and one for my brother Marco, is like a full-time job for like a year. It's an incredible amount of time, effort, painstaking work, not just financial money. But there's also other projects that I'm working on. I bought some gifts for my mother, and I bought, hopefully, the staged house that my mother's identical twin is staying at, posing as my mother, is going to give the gifts properly to the people. If they don't, all hope is lost. But I have these gifts. These are very expensive. What you're about to see on this table here, on here, is about close to, I'd say about $1,600 to $1,700 that it cost me. I bought them on the internet. Some of them I had to buy single. I had to be very patient. They were coming from foreign countries. The shipping's expensive. So, I had to wait for several weeks. The items all here. This is, I would say it's about $2,000. It's, 17 to 2,000. I'd say anywhere from $1,700 to $2,000 with everything together when they're going to be done. I don't know if you can see this, but these are all mixers and turntables that I'm sending to family and friends. And I don't know if you can get a good look to some of these, but you know, they're turntables and they're mixers, and I'll explain when I'm completed what my thoughts on it, and hopefully it gets to them. If all these end up going in the trash, it's literally close to $2,000 going into the trash. I promise. It was about $1,700 to $2,000. Just these little tables were about $75 a piece. They've already stolen in the mail one of the tables that I bought, and that was like $75, and I had to reorder it. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's about $1,700 to $2,000 with everything, the taxes, shipping, the glue that I'm going to use, and some of the other memorabilia items. But that's what I'm planning to do. So I know that I'm going to be talking about something else. I know this is strictly for Mikayla, but Mikayla, they're shooting an electronic device at me that is pulsating my chest. I don't have the laser with me. Okay, so they're shooting some sort of frequency, some sort of throbbing. I'm 100%. What got a more idea of what these electronic devices? There is a vibration that sends a signal to throb through physical tissue and anything else. I think it's anything else within a room. And I'm not kidding you, these electronic devices, when they shoot into your body, they're making me almost shake like this, like it's doing something to my neurological nerves, the actual physical nerves. And the reason I say this is because it shoots sonograms through the physical body, and it's like waves of vibrations. And they're using these vibrations to make me shit, to physically harm me, put me in pain. They just shot an electronic device just like a second again on my leg. They're shooting electronic devices, and I can feel when I'm asleep that they're trying to rape me in my anal cavity. And you can feel the machine, it's like an invisible machine, someone doing this, like trying to rape me. And I'm literally at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. And then every morning I'm always saying, please stop controlling me, stop shooting me with these fucking electronic devices. They'll immediately turn on the other electronic device that then makes me shit on command, and I have to go get up and use a restroom. So everything that they're doing harmful to me, then they regurgitate to make my physical body pay for it, to make me pay for it. It is the guy downstairs, who lives right below me, and this person that lives right across next door to me. There's 4 people upstairs. There's 2 doors over there, and there's 1 door across from me. And there's 4 rooms downstairs, 4 doors, and it's like a unit. And then all the units are all branched off in this apartment complex. What they're doing is they're being told, and I know that they know exactly what's going on. They hit the walls and they're hitting the ceilings. This guy gets on the fucking ladder downstairs and he's hitting the ceiling. And it shoots vibrations so that it hurts my feet. It shoots vibrations so it's like an electrical volt. And it's a little bit like an electrical volt that they're shooting at me. And they're repeatedly doing it to basically hit me, and it's like hitting me, and it's like, shut up, I told you, and it's abusing the shit out of me horrifically. This transgender is a disgusting looking motherfucker that just randomly, and I can feel them right now. Just a second ago, they can turn up the electronic device on me. They can turn the electronic device on me where it's only like at 2 volts or 4 volts or 5 volts. And what happens is when they're spying on me right now. They have hidden recording devices and cameras inside my apartment. And when they listen to me conversate and I start talking about what's going on, they're listening to me live right now. I just felt them again, and they're doing it. It's an electronic device that they can turn it up just a little bit or just very high, and they'll start slamming the fucking doors, and you can feel the little bit of the vibration to give it an idea of what part of maybe the apartment it's coming from. And so whenever I'm not doing what they want me to do or being disciplined like they feel that they need to torture me like a slave, like one of their black nigger slaves. This is how it is. This is what these white motherfuckers are doing. This is a white supremacist, Ku Klux Klan almost authority that they're doing this to me. And they beat these electronic devices horrifically at me. It's very violent. They're shooting something also. It goes through tissue. I know this sounds really crazy, but it goes through muscle tissue, and it pulsates the physical heart like quiver. I don't know if this can be doing physical medical my physical body. I don't know if this can do physical harm, where I can have a heart attack, I can have a stroke, I can have some pulmonary embolism. There's a lot of medical problems that I think that could be caused by this, where if I'm murdered and I end up dead, or I end up with severe problems, I'm in a hospital bed, please go after this guy that lives downstairs and right across the hall. This guy that lives downstairs is like 75 years old and is on a full-blown suicide mission. For anybody to be... I've had another guy that wants to commit suicide, and they're literally practicing immortality in front of me. I don't want to be a part of any of this. And they're getting people to try to commit, like, sort of practice, and this is for real. They want to, like, basically commit suicide by saying their last farewell words and scolding me with their death words. And they're doing this intentionally for white supremacy. And it's this guy downstairs, he's like 75. He's one of the most disgusting looking old pieces of shit I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen such an ugly motherfucker before. This guy looks like he's from fucking Tales from the Crypt. This guy looks like a fucking demon. This transgender across the hall, so fat person, I never see them come out of their fucking room, their apartment ever. And they're just spying on me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All the apartment units, I know that they're all being notified of what I do. I don't know how much, but I know that there are several of them that are watching me all day, every single day, non-stop. But I want to make this video because I don't know if this video is ever going to reach out to you, and I wanted to make sure that you're going to get an idea to why I bought this for you. But I want to say, as I keep grabbing my leg like this, they're shooting me with an electronic device, and what they'll do is they'll shoot. What they'll do is they'll do that, and they'll shoot, and it makes a muscle tissue twitch. This electronic device that they're shooting at me, there's a frequency that they use, this vibrational machine, and they can make it do several different things by the frequency of energy dispersion of energy that it shoots violently at me to just low frequency, and how narrow, like a needle, or to a widespread area. It's almost kind of like a flashlight when you can spread out the light bulb, or you can narrow it down. The same concept when you put a magnifying glass and you put it toward the sun, and you can actually burn paper. You can actually burn paper. If you narrow down that light bulb, you can put a magnifying glass and you can narrow down so it'll actually start burning. And it's the same concept of what they're doing to me. So I wanted to make sure you understand, I don't know what's going on, but I do know that I have spoken to my mother. My mother I called her and I've given her gifts to give you, and I'll explain what those gifts are and what they represent and why I built them and why I was forced to build them. So if you don't ever get to hear why, then, maybe God will somehow let you come in contact with me again. But I wanted to make sure to understand that these people are out for blood, and the most heinous things. I don't know anybody in this world that could have suffered, in the United States especially, with electronic. I've never heard of any story like this before ever in my life. I've done so much documentary watching videos. I watched nuclear blasts and chemical warfares and war movies. I've never heard of a human being tracked down the way that I have all across the United States and being burned and being cut and lacerated, and these electronic devices used as so many different methods to torture a human being. So I say this because in order to keep me in a mental state, to keep me tortured, they use a simple machine, a simple frequency that they frequently shoot me with, and it makes your muscle tissue twitch. It may be a small little pinch area, but it's no more usually bigger than the circumference of maybe that laser. or I would say no more than the circumference of what that purple light is right there. As you can see that you can't see this, but they just shot me on my thigh right here. Now, what it does is it shoots an electronic device, and it's an irritant. It's basically a reminder to tell me that they're in charge of my soul. They're in charge of what religion I choose, how I worship. It's to keep me confined to that mental state at all given times. Every 20 minutes, I have never gone, I'm not, promise to God, I have never gone inside of any room in the last 11 years. I've never been in one single room in any Craigslist, this apartment, anywhere, where they take this electronic device where it makes your muscle tissue twitch, because I talk about they follow me everywhere. Now this electronic device, they shoot into between my legs, my crotch, between the sides of my legs, and on my thighs. Then they'll shoot them on my buttocks, on the right butt cheek or left butt cheek. The reason they do that, they relate it to how I take actions to anything. So if there's something that I'm doing that they want me to feel regretful for, what they'll do is then they'll shoot something into my electronic and just make the muscle tissue twitch. And it's just like to bite you in the ass, like you see. And they repeatedly do that. Now, when I misbehave, when there's something, when they psychologically evaluate or something that they don't like that I'm doing, what they do is they shoot an electronic device into my actual anal cavity, and it feels like somebody is like almost penetrating me and hurting me, like physically putting a penis, like, and it hurts the lining of the actual intestines of the anal cavity. And it's basically I told them, I'm gonna fuck you in your ass. Like, I know it sounds really fucking bad, but it hurts. I cannot call the police department. I cannot call anybody for help. All I can start saying when I'm walking around an apartment or any say, stop, and that's all they're fucking doing. The guy downstairs is taking advantage of it. All these other people and everyone else is. Now, the police department is absolutely not wanting to do anything. This entire city is completely filled with homosexuals and transgenders. Every single place. This is an entire gay parade. I've been to these town festivals where they had car shows a couple times. There's not one straight person. I have no guy, straight guy. I'm telling you right now, there's not one single female that I have seen ever. They're all transgenders. They know who I am, and they're all showing up and rounding up in circles and riots against me because they've been profiling me and sending this profile that I'm the enemy. So please understand, I want to make this video because I'm 41 years old, and I hope to God I'm going to be searching for you for the remaining of my life. I will be on my deathbed knowing that if I ever get there, that's not if I don't die suddenly, that I'm going to be in search of you to try to contact you because you came in looking for me, and I want to know about your life. I want to tell you mine. I want to be able to find out what our biological father was like, what happened, and tell you the truth about what had happened. Because the reason you have so many bad people and so many dangerous people and people you don't know that came around you was because of the situation of what these people were doing to you. They know that if they can harm you, then they know they'll try to train you to do all these horrible things. You don't understand what the world and how bad it is in the world that I live in. But I wanted to make this video because that's all they're doing. I talked about there's an electronic device that they're narrowing down, and it's something like this, and they'll shoot it, they'll aim it to my chest, and then they'll shoot the vibration, and I can physically feel my actual physical heart, like the heart muscle. I can feel it like quiver, like it's taking, like somebody shooting a vibration electronic device to saying, I tell you what you're going to do, I tell you who you love, I tell you what love is and what God is, and that's what they're doing to me. So So I wanted to make this video because as I'm walking, and they just started doing this about a month ago. About a month ago now, 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks to 4 weeks now. What they're doing is I have a crucifix and all these archangels or whatever on this, crucifix. I have this shrine because you don't understand how violent I get threatened because I don't worship Jesus the way they believe in God and Jesus. These people don't care about God. All they see that is a trash can to say, if you don't do what I personally tell you to do, then you belong to go to hell with the devil, and you need to obey what I tell you to do. And it's not. They are the ones that are doing that to me, not Jesus or God. It's just torture. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting in front of a computer playing video games, and I can't even play video games. They're hacking and everything. But I hope you understand that why they're using these electronic devices. They'll signal and try to train me, and they'll hit the crucifix, and they'll start hitting the electronic devices right exactly in the area, and you can hear like somebody's throwing like somebody is throwing like a rock, or somebody's throwing like something like a pebble against the wall or shaking the ground. It's these electronic devices that they're doing, and it's so that I look and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And so they train me to say, oh no, it's God, blame it on God. No, it's God that's doing this. And then they'll shoot my chest, and then I'll go to Walmart or I'll go to another store, and they'll play this white Ku Klux Klan shit on me. I swear to fucking God, and they'll try to sell me for sex, and they'll try to say that I need to sleep with transgenders, that transgender is a real girl. I mean, it's fucking crazy, and they're just using that. It has nothing to do. If I had not ever put that crucifix or angels in this, then I would be going to stores and they would find every single reason why I don't deserve to live. Now that I have this and I put this in here, then they use it against me. This has nothing to do about anything. This has nothing to do. This is about I want to be able to kill and dispose of human life and not feel any guilt for it. And that's the way that they're doing it. I'm not doing anything criminal. I don't do drugs. I have never drank it since I've been here. I have not drank any alcohol, but maybe once, 2 or 3 times, if that, the entire year. I don't drink soda here. I drink lots of water, juices. I eat very healthy fruits and vegetables. I have a very simple, basic, repetitive eating. I don't eat a lot of different kinds of food. I eat a lot of the same thing. So I wanted to make this video that I hope it reaches out to you, because this electronic device that was shooting into my chest or heart, shooting these electronic frequency vibrations, they're trying to train me to who I love, what I think love is, what I think kindness is, and they're using very specific dark, evil psychology, because we all know as human beings, when you see a puppy or you feel something heartfelt, you usually feel it in your chest. You don't feel it on your shoulders, your knees, your ankles. You usually feel it in proximity of your chest. Well, they're using this in order to play their white Ku Klux Klan racist shit on me, and it's very detailed. It's extremely detailed to how they don't want to say that it's racism or it's not. It's to train me like an animal and only shoot the electronic devices to give me that understanding, because I cannot actually see the person that's standing behind the computer who installed the electronic devices, who's shooting them at me while I'm inside my apartment. But this guy downstairs that is fighting for Ken Cooper, this lady that's across this hall, all they're doing is targeting me in the worst ways, and all day, every single day. They're watching me live on my camera, on my phone. When I play anything I do on my phone, they have a second projector that's loaded onto their LCD screen, and they can see what I'm doing, and they're being told, okay, hit the wall, and they'll hit the wall, and they'll shoot an electronic device at me, vibrations. So they use to what I see on video games or video on YouTube to then discipline me to what topic that is. And now it's very detailed because they're always watching me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now I want to make this very clearly. This is 100% slavery. 100%. I'm not doing anything. I'm laying on my bed, and I just felt them shoot an electronic device at me. And they can turn the electronic device and then make your heart quiver. And so it makes me think I could possibly have health problems. It's not health problems. You know why I don't exercise? I don't exercise and I don't do these things because they won't let me. The reason I smoke so many cigarettes is because of the stress that they're putting on me that's so horrific. I can't escape from it. And at least I stopped drinking. I wasn't an alcoholic, but I just don't drink at all. But I smoke like a pack of cigarettes fucking every 3 days. And it's very stressful. They're going to cause future health problems, and all they want to use, you don't understand, I don't think you understand what murder is in real life and how they're doing it. They don't want to be held, and if they can dispose of human life and practice that, then they will. They need to find an excuse to why to dispose of human life. They could have left me alone. They could just go about their business. They don't. They target me to harass me, and they use the crucifix to tell me what God is, what heaven is, who hell is, our angels, who are those angels, who good is, who's holy, and who's not. And they're just beating me with electronic devices. I have a picture of Mother Teresa over by this water thing that I have, gallon, and this lady across the hall is repeatedly hitting the picture, knowing that she's violently shooting the electronic device, using that picture as something that I look at because I can't see the actual piece of bitch across the fucking hall, not across the hall, but next door to this apartment, is actually shooting the electronic devices and is actually being told to hit the walls because it violently shoots at me. So I wanted to make this video. I have some really other important things that I want to talk about.